Daniyelson Gaming in the building. Another episode of Meet the Gamer. Yes, Meet the Gamer. Hi, I'm Daniyelson. It's very nice to meet you. This is gaming, reaction videos, and commentary, all right? Like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good things right there. And let's get into it.
We might have a little bit of a better idea of when Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming. Sort of.
Oh.
Specifically because of Borderlands, of all games.
Okay, wait. So, Grand Theft Auto 6, as we all know, is probably going to be one of the greatest games to ever be made and played, as far as what you can do, and as far as the graphics, as far as everything that goes into Grand Theft Auto. But I want to say this though, it's being pushed back. It's being pushed back because it's going to launch, and a lot of gaming companies and a lot of games or whatever, they're gonna feel the pressure. Okay, they're gonna feel the pressure of Grand Theft Auto 6, meaning Grand Theft Auto 6 should set the bar.
Yes, Borderlands 4, in case you missed it, got a big lengthy state of play this week through PlayStation, and we got a lot more gameplay. I actually think this one looks pretty interesting. I'm pretty keen on checking it out for sure, but what came after that is a bit more interesting in terms of speculation and stuff. So Borderlands 4 was originally scheduled to release September 23rd of this year, 2025, but head of Gearbox Randy Pitchford took to social media to put out an announcement video saying that, according to him, development has gone so well on the game and things are looking good that they are actually able to put the game out earlier, actually, quite a bit. So earlier in September 12th, 2025 versus September 23rd. That's very cool, and especially if the state of the game is good and polished and they can put it out early as a treat for those hardcore Borderlands fans, that is an absolute win. But of course, a lot of people are speculating that there's more to this. As you might know, Borderlands, developed by Gearbox Software. Gearbox Software is owned by Take-Two, the big megacorp that also works with Rockstar Games and owns Grand Theft Auto and stuff like that.
Ooh.
So a lot of people assume that, well, they're investing in both of these things. They don't want to put out Borderlands 4 to then have it be completely dumpstered and hit by a meteorite with what will inevitably be the big Grand Theft Auto 6 release that we've talked about kind of overshadows everything.
So, like I was saying, when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, you should not I'm gonna talk to all you gaming networks, all you game creators. Do not make your game release anywhere near Grand Theft Auto 6. If you have a game releasing in August of 2025, you might want to push that back till August 2029. Yes. Every game that comes out after or around Grand Theft Auto 6 will not be heard of. I'm telling you.
Even if games are kind of for different player bases or different fans or different genres, a lot of developers just don't want to release near a Grand Theft Auto game. And it seems like even internally with Take-Two, it would make sense for them to not put out Borderlands right around Grand Theft Auto 6. So all that stuff I was leading up to doesn't matter at all. I'm in an airport in the middle of Finland, but Rockstar just announced the Grand Theft Auto 6 release date. GTA 6 is coming May 26th, 2026. That is far away. That's like a year away, especially considering many people were expecting to see it fall of this year. So there you have it. The official release date as of right now, unless it gets delayed again, God willing, is May 26th, 2026.
May 26th, 2026. So you got time to save some money. It's kind of like a music and albums. Like, some studios won't release certain albums because their other artists are releasing too, so they don't want them to clash.
It's like Shigeru Miyamoto once said, rush games are no good, man. Sometimes you gotta take a while and make it a little better, because if it sucks, that's not good. The statement that they put out does say, with every game...
If you want to read this, go ahead. I pause it for a second. I was cool with GTA 5 and then just expanding on it, like new DLCs and all that stuff and downloads, whatever. But for you to just make a whole new GTA 6, a whole new one, in this time, we need this game. As a gamer, we need this game. This game is going to be immersive. It's going to have a great storyline. It's going to be solid.
So there you have it. Boy, it just feels like that's a really long time from now. Are we all going to be around? Is that too dark for this video?
Are you a Borderlands fan? Is this good news for you? I'd definitely like to hear, so let us know in the comments. The price wars have begun, or they're continuing. Of course, we've talked a lot about Nintendo Switch 2, the price of the console, but also the fact that some of their flagship titles are going to cost $80 in the US, much more around the world.
Wait. Hold on. How you guys feel about these game prices, man? Why does a game cost $80, but the console costs 200, 300? The console can cost 400. I don't care what it costs, but I'm just saying, if the console costs 500, 400, 200, 300, whatever, okay, cool. Stank fly. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm seeing some black. Oh, all right.
And now Xbox is following suit, announcing that the price of their hardware, accessories, and games are going to be increasing significantly. Xbox Series X is going up by $100. Xbox Series S is going up by roughly $80. A base Xbox controller is going to cost $65. And some new flagship Xbox games are moving from $70 to $80 this holiday season. So there you have it. There's a lot of reasons for this. Of course, the trend of games becoming more expensive just because there's the production budgets are so bloated and all of that. And of course, the tariffs and all the trade warring shit going on with the United States as well. And I've seen online people are starting to make this a console war thing, but it is worth noting that PlayStation did raise their prices in a lot of international countries not too long ago. And a lot of people are expecting, and I expect, that their prices overall in the US everywhere are going to go up as well, because when one pebble falls, all the pebbles fall. Does that sound deep? Does that sound interesting? Is that a good metaphor? Essentially, it's a tough pill to swallow. It sucks, and it makes even talking about games harder, because to recommend them when they cost even more, they were already expensive. Right. Along with that, it's always interesting to see the big corporations be the first ones to jump on things like right now, the tariffs and stuff like that, to increase their prices. When they're the ones that, theoretically could weather a storm like this, they are the first to take advantage, and then those prices are never going back down. But it's worth noting a lot of attention has been pointed to Respawn, which has had significant layoffs. Apparently something like 5% of its workforce, I believe, was the number. But with that, it seems like a number of their projects were canceled, like an incubated project, something like a more experimental thing that they were cooking on, as well as apparently some sort of new Titanfall game. I'll stop you there for a second. It was an extraction shooter set in the Titanfall universe. Apparently it was pretty far along, but yeah, that's difficult for me to hear. I don't like hearing people losing their jobs, of course. In the gaming industry, it's pretty intense. But also, Titanfall existing again, we've talked about it for so long, but it essentially was going to be something that, I don't know if a lot of people really wanted. I think there are a lot of extraction shooters out there already in one way or another. A lot of people are starting to follow that trend. As you probably know, Arc Raiders is getting some tests and stuff right now. It seems like people are enjoying that. People are also playing Marathon. Opinions are a little bit mixed on that one, but there's a lot out there. And I didn't necessarily want Titanfall to be an extraction shooter. Either way, I would have been happy to have at least seen Titanfall something have a chance. And it seems like as of right now, that's not going to be a thing. EA and Respawn have said that they are doubling down essentially on what they have, their properties and stuff like that. So the next Star Wars Jedi game and stuff like that still seem to be moving along. Next, a bunch of video game trailers. The first is a new one for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate with release dates. So this is cool. This game is right up my alley. I like these old school beat 'em ups. This is on Xbox consoles June 24th and on PlayStation May 20th.
Oh, what you guys know about the Ninja Turtles, though? What you guys know about the Ninja Turtles, huh? This game looks cool.
People behind it making this game, they know what they're doing with this genre, so I'm excited for it. Also, that fantasy Ming Dynasty Souls-like style game, Wuchang Fallen Feathers. A lot of people have talked about this on PlayStation, but it's also on PC. It's published by 505 Games. This finally got a release date. It's going to be July 24th. 2025. This definitely looks interesting.
This kind of reminds me of that Black Myth Wukong. I'm not sure if he said Wukong or Wuchong. I'm not sure what he said, but this definitely looks like Black Myth Wukong, which is also a good strategy fighting game. You got to have your skill sets down. You got to level up. This game looks pretty tight. Just from playing Black Myth Wukong, this game probably have some nice power ups and stuff like that. Some nice fight scenes. Pretty cool.
Yes, as a Souls-like, obviously, but also they're just doing some general character action stuff that seems cool and kind of unique. Also, in case you missed it, if you're on PlayStation, Forza Horizon 5 is now on PlayStation platforms, PS5. That's wild. If you're on PlayStation, enjoy. As a guy who likes racing games, this is a really damn good one. So you should consider checking it out. I don't know if we're going to have time to revisit it in a new Before You Buy, but I'll link below. Check out our Before You Buy for Forza Horizon 5 when it originally came out. Also, in terms of new releases on Xbox Series X and S in game preview, you can now play Towerborn. This is just a really cool concept for a game, kind of like a 2D beat 'em up that you can play with friends.
Yo, I like this style. I like the style of this game. I gotta play this. I gotta play this. If it's for the PlayStation, though.
It's kind of like, it feels like a couch co-op style game, but like it has RPG character building and roguelite elements and stuff like that. Just a damn good idea. I did play a little bit of it and I do think it's cool. Also, MotoGP 25 is out for those of you guys that like that style of racing. On Steam right now, the reviews are a little mixed, so maybe look into it. But yeah. Also, Days Gone Remastered dropped. I was able to check this out for
Days Gone Remastered. Now, there was mixed reviews about this last time, about the fact that this should be a Days Gone #2, but instead they remastered it. But anytime they remaster anything, it's a hit and miss, you know? It's a hit and miss. It could be cleaner, it could be smoother. You can add a couple side missions maybe, but the remastered, it should, because it wasn't that long that this came out, and the graphics were nice. I played it. This is good. This game was actually super survival based. Like you had to really survive. You know, you couldn't run out of bullets, or you couldn't run out of weaponry. You definitely couldn't run out of health. And if you do, you're actually stuck. You're in a predicament. Okay, you're in a pickle.
a little bit. We did like a quick Before You Buy, like just some first impressions and stuff like that. I do think it looks better. I think it performs pretty well. I think nighttime has been improved with the lighting and stuff like that. And the new Horde mode is a lot of fun. So it's nice for that franchise, Days Gone, to have a breath of fresh air. Even if we may not ever get a sequel, I don't know, part of me still hopes that we do, just because this game, even with its couple of little issues like and stuff here and there, is still just really cool. And we don't always get games like this. So now you can check it out on PS5. It's cleaned up, it's nicer, and yeah. Also, in terms of game releases, like the fallout from the big game releases from the last week or so, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 has announced it has sold over 1 million copies, which is really cool for this style of game. I really just like to see that, and I hope more comes of that studio, Sandfall Interactive. I think they nailed it with this one. And then Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered as well. People have been jumping on that quite a bit, and it's worth noting that Bethesda has seemingly opened up essentially fan suggestions. They've opened up to fan suggestions, and Eurogamer did a good job kind of collecting from Elder Scrolls Reddit's essentially what fans want in terms of like difficulty and level scaling improvements. For me personally, I think a little bit more optimization and stability stuff. Also, maybe a little bit of a color filter. I know modders have already done that, but yeah, I think it's a good remaster overall. It has some issues, so I'm hoping that Bethesda and the developer behind this specifically can implement some fixes and patches and stuff fairly quickly. That would be good to see. Oh, but in case you missed it, even if you don't care about Fortnite specifically, this is big news. Fortnite is coming back to the iOS App Store specifically because of that whole Epic versus Apple court thing that's been going on for years. According to Variety, the courts found
Fortnite will return to US iOS App Store after court finds Apple willfully violated court order in Epic Games suit. Oh. Apple, what are you doing? iOS?
So apparently, Apple was found to just not be playing fair, not be playing nice, and this is kind of like a prevention of Apple's anti-competitive moves. It's a little bit long and complicated, but essentially now Fortnite is coming back to the Apple App Store. But along with that, in the United States now, developers have to worry less about like Apple taking a massive cut of their profits and stuff.
Okay, there it is. Fortnite goes on into the Apple Store, and Apple takes 95% of their revenue from being on the App Store. That's crazy. That's a sideways deal, man. That's not 50-50. That's not win-win. That's not equal.
Stuff like that. So hopefully this is a good move for mobile game developers, kind of like smaller studios putting their game or like porting their games onto the Apple App Store and just app developers in general. I want to use Tim Sweeney of Epic's words here. He said, "No fees on web transactions. Game over for the Apple tax. Apple's 15 to 30% junk fees are now just as dead here in the United States of America as they are in Europe under the Digital Markets Act. Unlawful here, unlawful there." He said, "We will return Fortnite to the US iOS App Store next week." So there you have it. Hopefully that's a positive development for just like, kind of like free web development, game development, app development ecosystem stuff for the future. And if you're just a Fortnite junkie and you're in the United States on iOS, now you'll be able to get your fix again.
All right, that's about it. That's all he talks about. So it was I thought it was going to be more like focus on GTA and like the releasing and everything like that, show like more footage. But it was some game news. So we did see some good updates about some things. We learned about some things. GTA 6 is coming out May 26, 2026. Take that with a grain of salt. They could push the date back further because it could be perfecting it, adjusting it, making it just right for the people who love playing games. So with that, you guys, you already know where I'm going with this. This has been another episode of Meet the Gamer. And with that, y'all, we will catch you in the next video. Peace.
Maybe I got